Hey, Sean, the question that I get more than any other, not only in the comments here on my channel, but also in person at different gigs, is what is the one thing I can do to help me advance my video career? What should I be doing to get better at filmmaking? And with filmmaking, there's so many different kinds, and I mean all of them. Whether you want to get into Hollywood feature films or independent short films, documentary, non-for-profit, fundraising, television commercial production, even YouTube content or online viral content, whatever element of video production you want to get into, I have the same advice that's going to advance your career in any of those. And that advice is make YouTube videos. It's that simple. And it's important, and I'm going to explain why, because there's 7 things that I counted. 7 that I counted, and I'm pretty sure there's more. 7 things that you get out of making videos on YouTube. And I want to be clear that the goal is not to amass an audience. The goal is not to like, oh, if you make YouTube videos and you get clout, and if you're trying to be an actor in film production, then you've got this built-in audience, which helps you get roles. No. That's not the point. And if you know anything about my channel, I have, like, at the time of recording this, like around 4,000 subscribers, and I get around 40 views on each of my videos. I'm not here for the views. I'm not here for the subscribers. I'm here for these 7 things. And I'm going to get to that in a second. But I want to be clear that not only is it any kind of filmmaking, but any role in filmmaking you're going to get better at with these 7 things, whether you're a writer, a director, a producer, an editor, a camera operator, an actor, whatever it is that you're trying to do, making YouTube videos is going to help you. And here are the 7 ways that I'm articulating that I have gotten some serious benefits out of creating YouTube videos for my channel. And over the past, I don't know, this channel started in like 2006 or something like that. I've been making YouTube videos for a long time, and it is by far the single greatest thing that has helped my career. And I mean that with my actual paying clients, because they don't really make much money at all from YouTube, like $50 a month. But my actual paying clients, that work is benefited in so many ways by what I do on YouTube. So let's get into it. Here are the 7 things. Number 1, you get iterations and repetitions on whatever role you're trying to explore in filmmaking. If it's being an on-camera talent, standing in front of a camera and delivering lines over and over and over is going to make you better at being in front of a camera and delivering lines over and over and over. If you want to be a writer, sitting down to come up with your ideas, outlining your ideas, writing your script for whatever you're going to do, every time you do that, you're getting that writing. Production, making the arrangements to have backdrops, lights, and getting all these things together, whether you need to rent cameras or borrow them or buy them. All this stuff is about producing. Directing, looking at your shots before and after, the perspective you get is going to help you be a better director, better producer, better writer, better camera operator. You're going to learn things the hard way because you're going to forget to check your autofocus. You're going to forget about your ISO or your shutters. You're going to make mistakes, and you're going to make them on YouTube videos where it's okay, and you're not going to make them as much. You'll still make them a little bit on actual jobs. So you're going to get serious repetition. And every time you do this, every day you're doing this, and don't do it every day, that's overkill, you'll burn out. But every time you do this, you're going to learn some serious things that are going to help whatever role you're looking to fulfill in whatever arm of video production you're going into. You're going to get some serious help from it. Number 2, you're going to get some serious perspective on the other roles. So let's say you want to be a camera operator. Okay, you're going to get a ton of experience and iteration with camera operation, but you're also going to get perspective to what it's like to edit, what it's like to be on camera. And these things are going to make you a better camera operator if you know, hey, when I film this way, it actually makes it really hard to edit later. This thing that I'm doing makes it tough to edit. This thing that I'm doing makes it easy to edit. This thing that I'm doing is hard to follow direction with. And so as you do these things, even if it's just by yourself, and it probably is just by yourself, and there's a ton you can learn just by yourself, the perspective that you'll get when you start working with a director, when you're a producer and you hire a director, you'll have experience directing. You sort of know where they're coming from, and you'll be able to speak and understand what they're saying a little bit more because you've had a lot of repetitions, not just on your role, but on their role too, by doing all the roles for your YouTube channel. It also helps you as a 2.5 5, it also helps you clarify what you really want to do. You may say, oh, I want to be a Hollywood film editor, and then make 15 YouTube videos. I dare you. And you're going to find that either you love editing and you love the challenge of it and learning new things and pushing yourself, and how do you take the same footage and turn it into something better just through editing. You're going to learn some serious stuff, but you also may learn, hey, editing's a little bit boring and I don't think I want to do it forever for a career. And you may say, actually, the fun part is producing or directing. And that's what I thought I was doing with editing, but I could hire an editor to edit this as long as I'm directing it and it's still going to feel like my piece. You get that perspective to help you decide what you want to do. It'll help you do what you want to do and help you work with the people who are doing what you're not going to do. That's a lot. Let's keep going. 3, I know I said at the beginning the exact opposite of this, but with 3, you potentially can build an audience on YouTube. And compared to creating videos, which is the goal here, but compared to creating them for other channels or for other platforms, YouTube has such good algorithms that if you make good content, it will find people to see that content. And that can be a powerful thing because that gives you some different perspectives and some different comments and things like that. And that brings me to number 4. You can get some serious feedback. And I know YouTube can be a dark place. There can be a lot of mean comments, especially if you wear a crooked hat. There can be a lot of mean comments on YouTube, but get rid of those. Don't waste your time worried about people who are leaving mean comments on YouTube. They're not the people you want to impress anyway. What you want to do is see the other 3 kinds of comments. And that's people who say, hey, great job. This is cool. Thanks for doing this. The people who say, hey, I learned something from your video and I'm inspired to do more myself. And that's my favorite kind. But you also get access to this 3rd kind of other filmmakers who might say, hey, this video is great. If you're looking for feedback, you might want to try whatever. And you can get some serious feedback from encouraging creators. There are a lot of us on this platform who encourage each other, and it's a pretty cool community, and we're eager to have you be a part of it. And so if you start making stuff, you'll find that if you put it in the content that you're open to feedback, some people might say, hey, maybe turn your lights down and bring your ISO up and see what that does for your look, because that was a tip that I got in a comment and it changed my look completely and everything looks way less dramatic than it used to look. But it still looks smooth and professional and nice. So these kind of things can happen because there's good collaboration from good people on this platform. Number 5 is the first of the 3 most important things. 5, 6, and 7 are the most important things that you can have in video production. And these are gonna help you get to wherever you need to be. Number 5 is a portfolio. You may want to do anything. You may have the dream, the passion, the drive, and the skills, but without a portfolio, you're just not going to get hired. You have to have a reel. You have to have some video examples of what you do that you can share with somebody, because you're going to get a break, hopefully. You're going to get in front of somebody that can hire you, and you're going to say, hey, I'm an editor, hire me. And they're going to say, hey, what have you edited? And you may have nothing, or you may have a portfolio. And that's number 5. If you are regularly committing to making YouTube videos, you're going to end up with a portfolio of content that you've created. And some of it might be fantastic, and you can take that and put it somewhere in a condensed reel, and you can have your best 60 seconds that you can share on your Instagram or whatever social media or on your website. But by committing to YouTube videos, you may have talking head stuff, you may have out and about stuff, you may have different videos from all different kinds of locations and settings and products and landscapes and whatever, where you're going to have a portfolio that's going to be able to get you hired, because people are going to say, oh, hey, look, yeah, you sat in your basement one day and filmed some beer cans. We know you can film some beer cans. We need beer cans filmed. We'll hire you. We're trying to do stuff in the outdoors for a clothing brand. We've seen your hiking content. You put some hero shots in your portfolio. Good to go. Great. Your portfolio is the most important thing that's going to get you hired at first. The second most important thing, we're getting into number 6, is your experience. And your portfolio is a skewed representation of your experience. Your portfolio is some selects from what you've done, but your experience probably includes a lot of things which you messed up, which you did wrong and they suck and you don't want to put them in your portfolio, but you have that experience. And with that experience, that's going to help you in the future solve those problems, address those situations. You did 6 beer pours, they were all awful. You know that the 7th one is going to be better because you were thoughtful about the first 6 and you took notes and you reflected and you did all these things because you're doing it all the time because you're committed to making videos for your YouTube channel. And that experience is huge. And when I'm hiring people, I've seen people shoot some great stuff and they've got a reel. But if I know they haven't actually done anything out in the wild, they haven't had to deal with a deadline, they haven't had to deal with fighting the sunlight, the natural light, they haven't had to deal with audio in a confusing spot or a chaotic spot, that can all be a big problem. But if I know they've had the experience of dealing with those things a few times, I'm much more comfortable hiring them because I know that they can. They've faced it and they know how to handle these situations. So you'll get your portfolio and you'll also get the experience, which is even more so beyond your portfolio, what's going to make you hireable and what's going to make you enjoy this whole career a lot more. And this brings us to number 7. The 7th most important, no, the first most important thing that's going to help you win your career that you're going to learn by doing YouTube videos, and that's adjusting your attitude. And if you're sitting here watching this and saying, well, I don't want to make a YouTube video. I don't want to make a bunch of YouTube videos. That's a bunch of work. And I'd rather do serious work that's going to get me where I'm going. I'll tell you right now, that attitude is going to hold you back. And the same attitude can, in situations where you're struggling with audio, you're struggling with light, you're struggling with these things that you're going to run into in your YouTube production, you're going to lose footage. You're going to have memory cards get erased or lost. You're going to break cameras and you're just going to be up a creek and unable to produce like the way you want to produce. The better you can get your attitude at handling those situations, the better you're going to be at creating stuff and the more hireable you're going to be because of that. I know very talented people who can create beautiful stuff, and I know that some of them crumble when things go wrong. And I've worked with some of them and I don't work with them anymore because I know it's production. Something always goes wrong. And I've worked with people who inevitably every time they get upset and they yell and they get frustrated and they're frantic. And that's just not a way to act around other people on set or to further your career. And the only way to get repetitions on that muscle of being frustrated and working through it is by doing stuff and pushing yourself and doing YouTube videos in things that you're less comfortable with, things you have no experience in. And that repetition of doing this on YouTube again and again is going to help you do your job better, work with the people doing the other jobs better, build an audience, get some serious feedback, build a portfolio, get the experience. And through that, through all those repetitions, you're going to learn how to conduct yourself, how to compose yourself when you're working with other people. And that's going to be the biggest thing that's going to help your career in whatever part of filmmaking and video production you go into. That's going to be the most important thing. I'm sure there's other big advantages to creating YouTube videos regularly. And if you've got some that have resonated with you, throw them in the comments. I'd love to hear them. And as I update this video in the future and I continue to learn and grow, I'd love to know what they are and to include them as well. That is all I've got. Thank you so much for watching. I sincerely appreciate it. I hope you have a great day or night or whatever, wherever. See you later. Bye.